Hello, fellow diamond painting addicts, and welcome back to Diamond Painting Anonymous. I'm Daphne, and I'm here today, as you can see, to kit up my next project, and that is the Naoko kit that you guys saw me just unbox. It's a round one. I'm working away on my Spangler. I haven't really touched Little Baker much lately because I've been working on the Spangler instead. So we'll see which one ends up in the next whip and chat. But anyway, I'm going to be kitting this one up, and I've already separated some stuff out. So I've got 3 bags of 310, and then I've got 2 bags each of these colors. And then everything else should fit in one container. I am all out of my small Elizabeth Ward ones, so I'm going to be using my little knockoff Elizabeth Ward ones. These I got from Fan Cells, and it's I think it's 39. You get 39 of these in the little tray that it comes with, but I think all the budget diamond painting companies sell them. And as someone pointed out to me, I don't remember who it was, but thank you, because I don't like mixing these with my Elizabeth Ward. I wanted an easy way to tell them apart, and she pointed this out to me before and I'd forgotten. But on the bottom of the Elizabeth Ward containers, I don't know if you guys can see that or not with the angle, but it says EWC for Elizabeth Ward Company. So that lets me keep it separate from these, because these, when I look on the bottom, it just says made in China. These say made in China too, but they also say EWC, so I know which one are my Elizabeth Ward ones and go in that tray, and which ones are the knockoff ones that go in the other tray. So I have already gone through all of the stickers. I've put the stickers on these. You can see I've got my little dot here because I'm going to be using some of the ABs, the 310 ABs that I have, I hope. And I've also gone through and pulled out a bunch of ABs, so we'll see. Oh, I don't want these to be staticky. Well, they all came out, but they're still a little bit staticky. We'll see how the rest of these go. I think I'm definitely going to need to go get my static spray. Okay, well that wasn't as bad. I say that wasn't bad, and then there's 2 of them here that escaped from here, but that's fine. So I'll put some static spray in it before I use them. But so there's my 310. And I did pull out, like I said, some 310. I don't have very many of these left, so somebody suggested putting it maybe around her choker on her neck, so I might have enough to do that. So that's hopefully the plan for this one. All right, then I have these next 2 that have 2 bags each. Pretty sure I'm going to need to get out my static spray. These are a little more staticky than the black was. Let me go grab those. Okay, those would not all fit in one container, so I'm going to grab one of my small ones here and see if I can get them all to fit in it. I did have to de-static them a bit. Okay, then my last one that has 2 bags, and I'm using my funnel from Sasha's 3D printing. I always get tons of questions about where I got the funnel from, and I love this thing. I do not kit up in my Elizabeth Ward without it anymore. Okay, if these are all going to have static. Okay, that's the last one that I had 2 bags of that color. And I'm doing this again in the order that they were of most drills to least. So I have a whole pile over here, as you can see, of the ones that are going these size containers. This little pile up here is going to hopefully go in these size containers. So let me get some stickers on and I'll be right back. Okay, so as you can see, this first one here, 304, I've got some pixie dust. Again, these are not exactly the same color, but I might have enough that I could just substitute these for this one. We'll set it aside and I'll make a decision about whether or not I want to substitute or use the drills that came with when I start diamond painting. These drills are all very staticky, so this may take me longer than I want. Okay, there's that one. So these are going to go in no particular order as far as the DMC goes. Like I said, these are the order that Diamond Art Club put them in as far as quantity of drills. I'm just going to put them in here and see where I end up. And of course, I'm trying to do this in a hurry, which means everything is super staticky and taking me twice as long as I want it to. Ooh, that one had almost no static. Almost. And this is the first AB. Let's see. The ABs never seem to be as staticky. I wonder if that's because they have the coating on them. Feels kind of weird to be not kitting these up in DMC order. That's how I'm rolling today. I feel like I got a lot done with the other ones because I had multiple bags of them. That probably could have gone in a small one. Maybe I need to switch. Some of these could go in the smaller ones. I don't know if I have enough of the small ones though. So I think I'm going to do what I did last time. Ooh, that one had no static. I'm going to finish this last one. I'm going to switch over to the other size and see if I have enough for the rest of these colors. I do also have a bit of 939, so I'm going to try and use that up as well. I'm not sure where it goes yet in the kit, so I'll have to wait and see. I'm definitely not a fan of all the static I'm running into. But I guess that's how it works, right? I don't get to pick when I have static. I think it's easier with the bags that aren't like this, like having the Ziploc baggies when you have static is a little bit easier because I can open all the bags and use my static spray and then start dumping them into containers, where with bags like this, I basically have to do each one at a time, so it takes longer. That was our second AB. It does look like these are going to be the right size though. Basically for the rest of these colors, they're just going in there however they're going to go in there. Let me get the stickers put on. And of course I'm filming this as everybody is traveling on the road, so there's all kinds of road noise, which you guys probably can't hear, but I can. Okay. I don't think I'm even halfway done yet, so I'm just going to keep going. I like this pink color. I am looking forward to this kit because it has such a rainbow of colors. I think there's everything in this one, and most of them there are hardly any drills. I am glad that this one is a round though, not just because rounds are faster for me, but also because I have more ABs and such for round drills than I do for squares, because most of the ABs and pixie dust that I've purchased were for my Josephine walls, both of which were round. Okay, again, I'm just grabbing these at random. I forgot to show you the 963 I do have ABs for, so those may get substituted one for one. Some of these, there's so few drills, it's like, do I really need that color? There's maybe 10 drills in there. Probably a little more than that, but you know what I mean. At least some of these don't seem to have a ton of static. That's always nice. Okay, and this is one of our 2 fairy dust. Hardly any of these either. I don't know if I have any fairy dust to add or if mine are all ABs. I think I showed you one pixie dust, but I think most of the rest of them are ABs. Seems almost wasteful to use a whole container for this tiny amount of drills. That's all that's in there. Okay, and this one I do have ABs for. And again, hardly any drills, and I do have this many, so I may just substitute those. I really don't know if I'm going to have enough of these smaller ones. I may not. All right, let me get these stickers put on. I feel like I'm making progress, but based on the amount of stickers I have left, I don't think I'm going to have enough of these small containers. All right, and this one is also an AB. I don't have a ton of these, but there's not a ton of drills in the package either. Might be kind of close if I decided to use an AB. I am looking forward to the pinks in this one. I must be quite partial to pinks. Maybe that's why I was going through that flamingo phase earlier. Really don't think I'm going to have enough containers for all of these. But all I can do is keep going. At least the static doesn't seem as bad with these small amounts of drills. Okay. All right, I'm definitely gonna run out because I only have 4 empty containers left of this small size, and I have all of these left. So let me get stickers on these. I really hate to put some of those in these size containers because there's just so few drills, as you can see here. So this one, the white, I have ABs, so I likely will substitute for those because again, none of these have a huge amount of drills in them. All right, and this one as well, I've got ABs for. think there was a stowaway in there. Looks like a dark color. This one I also have an AB for. This is one that I know I bought for Diana because this was like one of the greens that was in her peacock feather. Definitely have enough to do a 1-to-1 if I want to for this color. Okay. One more, and then we'll see how far I get and how many I'm going to have to put in these larger containers. This is our next to last AB. I like the ABs because there's no static. I think this is going to be my strangest Elizabeth Ward tray ever, because not only was I kitting it up in order of quantity of drills, but I have so many kits with so many colors on the go right now that I'm running out of containers. I thought about doing these in the bottle cases, but my bottle cases are 60 and this is 63 colors. I thought about doing it in my little cubes, but there's only 28 of those in each one, so I'd have to use 3. And trying to keep the 3 of them corralled together didn't sound like fun. This is our last fairy dust. Ooh, no static for that one, yay. All right, and now I am out of all the little tiny containers that I own. I have stolen them from all of my other Elizabeth Ward trays. I've used my knockoff trays, and I still don't have enough. So we'll see if I can fit all of these in one tray. I don't think I'm going to get that lucky, but we'll see. Okay, I only need 6 more. I don't think I'm going to get all of these to fit in one level of my Elizabeth Ward tray. It's kind of funny. You never notice how much you say a certain thing until you film yourself talking. And then you're like, why do I say that so many times? I know there was a video a long time ago where I kept track of how many times I said obnoxious. That was my favorite word for a while. And I always delete out all of the ums and ands if I can. And ever since I taught public speaking years ago, I kind of trained myself out of saying so I don't do that a lot. Every once in a while, but not too often. But I say and instead of so it's a word, so it counts. Like in public speaking, it doesn't count as an because you get docked for that, but it's still like a filler word and I say it all the time. So I edit it out a lot. Okay, this one, and maybe one more will fit in the tray, and then I'm going to have to start stacking, I think. Okay, so that's all the stickers done. And my last 2 ABs, that's 3756, which is not at all the same color, so I probably won't use that one. And then 3861, I don't have very many of these left, so I'll probably use that. All right, let's get these last 6 done. But I do not have room to put them all on one level, which is okay. It's not the end of the world. Just makes it easier for me if I'm moving things place to place. At least some of these at the end do not have static, so they're being nice. I think I started to tell you it's been a long day already. I did not fall asleep until like 3 a.m. And normally I will just sleep in a little bit extra when I'm up that late. Today, for some reason, I was awake at 7:30 this morning. So I'm running a little low on energy today. All right, that was the last one. Let me clean everything up and I'll be right back. Okay, so here's the tray, and you can see I've got 5 extra colors, but that's okay. I used up all my little teeny tiny ones, and I fit as many as I could in here, so it is what it is. Okay, and as you can see, I've got a lot of black for the outlining, and then I've got a lot of these red colors, which are the background colors, but then pretty much every other color of the rainbow for the rest of it, because she is super cute and sweet and very, very colorful. And in addition to all the extra colors here, I also have all of the extra ABs that I want to add as I'm working. I have 10 ABs here that I can add in if I want to, plus the 4 that came with the kit and the 2 fairy dust. So I think that'll be plenty of sparkle. We'll see how she turns out. That's it for me today, guys. Thanks so much for sticking around till the end of the video. Before you leave, don't forget to do all the things. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and hit that bell notification icon so that you can be informed of future uploads. And as always, guys, thanks so much for watching.